Super Saturday sees the running of the Gold Cup over 3,200 meters at the Greyville Circuit, where 20 of the best stayers from around the country will compete and lock horns and go toe-to-toe over that 3,200 meter trip. We caught up with their respective trainers and let's see if they got what it takes to win over this marathon event. Tell us about Seal's latest effort in the July.
Just seemed to all go completely wrong. He just never got into the race at all. And just from the jump, he seemed to be battling and didn't get in, ran 5 wide the whole way and was beaten before he got into the straight. So I'm hoping that we can put a line through that race and that he gets back to his best form. Unfortunately, he's got another mission to overcome, draw 20. That's not going to be easy at all. So I'm a bit worried about that, carrying 60, drawn 20. He is well weighted. The weights are compressed in the Gold Cup, so he comes into the race on good terms with the rest of the field. But that's all been negated by a draw 20. So he's going to need to be lucky in running, and I hope he doesn't get caught stuck out wide again. But he's been a bit unlucky at Greyville. He did win at Greyville, but then in the Gold Cup last year he ran 3 wide from a bad draw, and now this year he's got to beat a bad draw and top weight. So I'm a bit pessimistic about his chances, but hopeful.
Moving on to the Gold Cup, you've got Blake. Now he's a proven stayer.
Yeah, he's last year was one of the top stayers in the country, and he ran a great race in last year's Gold Cup when he ran 3rd. I think he won the Lonsdale, and then he ran 2nd in the Consolation over 2-2, and of course he was penalised in both those runs, and that was just the difference in the Gold Cup. He's beaten by the stable companion in writing. But nevertheless, he's dropped him now slightly in the weights, and I thought his last run was a great prep run on the Vars on July Day, and I think the winner, the second horse up in the weights, is better off. He's not too well drawn, but he's also never ever runs a bad race, and I really do think he's once again going to be right there at the finish.
Touching on Gold Onyx, he's a horse who's got his ability at Greyville. Will he see out the trip?
I don't know if he'll see out the trip. He gives you the impression that he will, the way he races. We gave him a nice run in at 2-2. He seemed to quicken up well. He was relaxed for most of the race. I think if he just finds a good position, I think he might get away with it. They never go too hard in races like this, and being out of a Kaap start mare, it's certainly worth a try.
The stable companion Show Gunner, he's in good form, and he's the type of horse this distance he should relish.
Yeah, he's from a family that stays the trip out and out. He's really bred to go the 3,200 meters. This is where he's really going to be effective. He was finishing the July right to the line. Came from quite a long way back and ran on resolutely, but I'm really thinking that the Gold Cup's his distance. He's mature now, he's strong, he's in a good place, and I'm expecting him to be from a good draw and a decent weight to be right there at the finish in the Gold Cup, Show Gunner.
Stable companion is E-Jet. Now I think that run in the July, he moved up to challenge from a deep draw.
Yeah, I think he was made a lot of use of. It was very hard for him to finish the race off. He did quite a bit to be up there the whole way, and then he went early, and I don't know, I think five lengths with that type of ride is a good run.
And distance-wise, he should have no problems with the trip?
Well, he looks like he's looking for it. I did run him in the Derby, SA Derby, as a 3-year-old, and he ran a place. He ran on well, but didn't quite finish it off. And I think he also needs to be held up a little bit, and obviously that will help him get the trip.
Moving on to Calcutta. Now he's a horse who seems to have burst onto the scene at the right time for the Gold Cup.
Yes, I mean, we've got to be happy with his last win. Once you start looking at the weights, it's almost a tough task, the way these weights are compressed, and to get an 8-pound penalty, it's quite hefty, but nevertheless he's in good condition. He's got a good draw. Pierre knows the horse, and he's got to get into the mix.
Going into unknown territory is Wagner, the 3,200 meter trip in the Gold Cup. How's he doing?
Sheldon, in the July, nothing went his way. Unfortunately, they never let him get his own way in front. They chased him all the way through, so he had quite a tough race. We're here for the season. There's not much I can do with the horse between now and probably the end of October. So I felt that let's take our chances. I'm not totally convinced he will see out the distance, but he has got class. Very, very open Gold Cup, very open Gold Cup. I think he's got a nice gallop in weight of 55. If he stays, he's obviously got a big chance. Class might prevail at the end of the day, and I'm hoping that what comes to the fore.
You've got Knight to remember taking his place in the Gold Cup. Tell us about his recent run.
No, look, he ran a cracker on July Day. I think he ran second behind Calcutta. Shot up at the end. I think if he had got a break, maybe, I'm not sure, he might have given Calcutta a bit more of a run for his money. But no, look, he's very, very well. His prep's gone perfectly. I think he's coming back to his old form. I think the weight might catch him out a little bit, but I think he's a definite runner.
That's the look at the field for the Gold Cup, which takes place over 3,200 metres. So get down to Greyville Racecourse on Saturday, a 12-race program. All those Grade 1 races headed up by the Gold Cup. And let's see who can give another notch at that high octane.